There's a third thing that Paul brings out that I think is really important. If you skip down to verses 9 and following, he says, avoid issues that divide people. Avoid issues that divide people. And this is a tough one for so many people. Let's see what he says, beginning at verse 9. But avoid foolish disputes, genealogies, contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and useless. Reject a divisive man after the first and second admonition, knowing that such a person is warped and sinning, being self-condemned. So when he says reject here, a divisive man, he makes it clear you want to try to restore this person before you reject him. After the first and second admonition. In other words, give them chances to be restored. But if they continue to be divisive among God's people, that's when you part ways with them. Now, this passage is in contrast to the previous verses where Paul eloquently summarizes the gospel message and its inherent motivation to do good works. He talks about the profitability of good works, not as a means of salvation, but as evidence of having been saved. Good works are good for us to do. We grow, others benefit. And the works that he's talking about now in verses 9 through 11 are the kind of works that divide people. The kind of thing that bring up arguments. He says these things are unprofitable and useless. And sometimes I think we have to really weigh the profitability of what it is that we want to bring up among God's people. Maybe there's something that really bugs us about someone or some practice in the church. We really need to weigh the profitability of bringing that up. Is it worth bringing up and causing division? Or is it something that really has an eternal impact on lives? If so, then yeah, we got to deal with it. But is it something petty? Is it something that if left unsaid, people aren't going to go to hell over it? You know, we got to be really careful about choosing our arguments.